Hello, my name is Mackenzie Smith, and this is Education Law's presentation, Mississippi Prayer and Public School Law. This is by Mackenzie Smith, and this course is Advocates for Children, Family, and Communities. Prayer and Public School Laws in Mississippi. The application code section is Mississippi Code 37 through 13 through 4.1. What is allowed? Student-initiated voluntarily prayer permitted on school property. Section 8524 on the Elementary and Secondary Education Act of 1965, as amended by Every Student Succeeds Act, and codified 20 U.S.C. 7904, requires the Secretary of Education to issue guidance to state educational agencies, local educational agencies, and the public on constitutionally protected prayer in public schools, elementary and secondary schools. In addition, Section 8524 codifies at 20 U.S.C. 7904 requires that as a condition of receiving ESEA funds, and LEA must annually certify in writing to SEA that it has no other policies that prevents or otherwise denies participation in constitutionally protected prayer in public schools, elementary and secondary schools, as detailed in this updated guidance. All right, the introduction. This is a demonstration of the First Amendment. The government can't interfere with religious exercise, but it can be seen as endorsing religion. This is a constant debate that has been relevant for 55 years in Mississippi and nationwide. There has been trouble sorting out when, where, and how prayer is allowed in public schools. What is the First Amendment? The First Amendment of the U.S. Constitution protects a student's rights from freedom of religion and freedom of expression. Students who choose to express their religious beliefs at schools are permitted to express these beliefs at school, in homework, and in school assignments. Trouble has spawned from prayer in public schools partially because the First Amendment freedom of speech clause prohibits the government and state-funded schools from interfering government with free exercise of religion, but this establishment clause of the First Amendment prohibits the government from establishing or sponsoring a specific religion. The teachers part. Teachers, school administrators, and other employees may not encourage or discourage private prayer of other religious activity. The Constitution does not, however, prohibit school employees themselves from engaging in private prayer during the workday when they are acting in official capacities, and where the prayer does not result in coercion of students. Before school or during breaks, for instance, teachers may meet with other teachers for prayer or religious studies to the same extent that they may engage in other conversations or non-religious activities. School employees may also engage in private religious expressions or personal beliefs, observations during such times. Subject to the same neutral rules the school applies to other private conducts by its employees. In 2019, a survey of American teens showed there are some forms of religious expression are more common in public schools. For instance, 4 out of 10 public school students said that they routinely see students praying before sporting events. And half of the U.S. teens, 53% in public schools, say often other students are wearing jewelry or clothing with religious symbols. All right, the student dress code and the policies. Public schools generally may adopt policies relating to the students' dress in school uniforms to the extent of consistent with the constitutional, statutory, civil rights protections. Schools may not, however, target religious attire in general or the attire of a particular religion. For